Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video I'm going to give my reading wrap up for the week of 11/16/2025 through 11/22/2025. I completed one book this week, so I talk briefly about that book. I read parts of 3 books, so I talk briefly about those 3 books. I talk about my reading plans for the remainder of the month. I talk about the video I released. I talk about the Wooble I'm working on. I talk about a video game I'm playing. I talk about the music I've been listening to. And I talk about some other things I did this past week. The book I completed was Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. I really enjoyed it. I did have a bit of trouble following at points, but I did enjoy it overall. It's basically a revenge story for a Native American man who early in the book is turned into a vampire and revenges himself upon the buffalo hunters, but also some others too. I thought it was a very clever take on vampires, a different type of vampire than I read before. I'll probably rate it maybe about 4.5. I haven't done my review for it yet, but I did enjoy it very much. I'm glad I read my first Stephen Graham Jones book. The first book I read part of is Haunted Connecticut, Ghosts and Strange Phenomena of the Constitution State by Cheri Farnsworth. Just going through this book slowly. It's interesting to read about ghost stories from my state. And of the 3 books I read this week, there's 2 I started. The first is The Dark Eidolon and Other Fantasies by Clark Ashton Smith. He was a contemporary and friend of H.P. Lovecraft. I've had the ebook version of this book for quite a while. I just decided I want to start reading it. I'm enjoying it so far. He does, and perhaps as the title will indicate, he does lean into fantasy a little bit more than Lovecraft, at least in the stories I've read so far. Because I've loved Lovecraft for a while, I did want to read some other similar writers. And Clark Ashton Smith is the first one I've read anything from. I should have said that Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones was the October read for the Witchwood Apothecary Patreon, which is moderated by Steph at Fallen to Stephan here. Second book I started and read a little bit of was The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. This is the October read for Booked and Busy, a Fable book club moderated by Jamie at Jamie Falk on here. Just read the first chapter, but it does seem interesting. As far as my reading plans for the remainder of the month, I want to get back to reading The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. I'm about 60% through and I really like what I've read so far. I want to start to read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is the November read for On With the Band, a Fable book club moderated by MJ. Read This Life at M-J on here. I probably won't finish it in time, but I do want to at least start it. I want to start Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veen. This is the November read for the Literary Love Club, a YouTube book club moderated by Jen at Literary Love 123. There's a Discord associated with it too. This book's going to be a priority because I do want to complete it before there's a live stream discussion of it. That'll probably be early in December. I'm going to start reading Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I've talked about this a long time as a book that I want to read, and I am going to start reading it this coming week. I decided to take a part in a reading event this coming week. The event is Cozy-a-thon. It was created by Steph at Fallen to Stephan here as part of her Discord and Patreon. 3 of the books I previously mentioned, The Raven Scholar, Blood on Her Tongue, and Bride, I'm going to do some reading of them as part of Cozy-a-thon. I will put the graphic up that I did for it so you can see I'm going to be walking, I'm going to be painting my nails, I'm going to be creating this wooble. This event takes place from Sunday, November 23rd through Sunday, November 30th. There's various reading sprints during the week for this event. I only recorded and released one video this week. That was my reading wrap-up for the week ending 11/15/2025. I'll discuss a little later why that was. As far as my crocheting projects, I worked on the Harley Quinn wooble. I don't have it to show you for a reason I will discuss in my next weekly wrap-up. I continue to play the Fantasy Life video game, playing it a lot, quite enjoying it. It does have its frustrations, but overall I'm quite enjoying it. Playing video games a lot as I have the past few months means that I haven't quite been reading as much as I would have. The main thing that was going on in my life, actually the past couple of weeks, was we were having vinyl siding added to our house, and there was scaffolding in front of the garage. I could have maybe got my car out, but it was dicey because I might have scraped the side against it. Might have scraped the side of my car, and my car is new, so I didn't want to do that. So basically was kind of stuck in the house. The work on the house started Wednesday, November 12th, early in the morning, a little after dawn. The siding part of the work continued through Tuesday, November 18th, with Sunday off. They didn't work on Sunday the 15th, but otherwise they worked every day from early in the morning till dark, sometimes after dark. And then Wednesday the 19th, there was some gutter work done. Gutters had been removed, they needed to be reattached. Some new gutters needed to be added. On Thursday, November 20th, I did a walk around with the manager of the company. I was quite happy with the results. Came out really well. I discussed that we may next year have doors and windows replaced, and I gave him a check for the second half of the work. And then Friday, the final parts of the job, some men came and they took away the garbage container, which was filled to the brim, and a little later another man came and took away the remaining supplies that they hadn't used on the job. So then we were done. I did do some walk-arounds and clean up some nails because there was a lot of nails from the job. There were a lot of nails from the job that were left. But the reason through all that I didn't record my normal amount of videos was that there was a lot of banging, and that just made it difficult. Not only just the bang itself, but sometimes the walls of the house would shake. And it just was kind of draining. I mean, I could have got a cab and gone out. I wanted to be here in case there was questions, but there were ways that I could get out. But for basically that period of time, I was stuck in. I first got out again on Thursday the 20th when I got my hair cut and colored. If you look close, you can see it was dyed a vibrant teal again. It fades over the 6 weeks between the times, but it's less than a week ago it got dyed. So that was the first I got out again, but I was it was kind of draining, and I always kind of, in the back of my mind, I'm waiting for something to badly go wrong, and nothing did. Went well, but waiting for that. So I'm hoping to get back to my recording 3-4 videos a week. This segment of the video I'm recording on Wednesday, November 26th, and I did release a couple of review videos prior to this week. This week of the time that I'm recording this, not the week that the reading wrap-up is for. So I am expecting that I'll get back to my at least 3, sometimes 4 videos a week. Besides the stuff done in the house, as I said, I got my hair cut. After that, I went out to eat at a local restaurant. And Friday, I went out to eat too. Saturday, I went to the local mall, walked, got something to eat there. So I did get out some. We're really happy the work was done in the house, but it was a kind of difficult period to live through. As far as the music I've been listening to, I listen to Styx, Leia Kate, Linkin Park, and Cat's Eye. Those are the main musicians, groups that I listen to. I would be interested in knowing how your reading week went, what books you read, whether you enjoyed them or not. Also, if you'd like to tell me what music you've been listening to, I always like to hear that. If there's not something you'd like to comment, otherwise, please add a hammer emoji for all the banging there was on our house and when the siding installation was taking place. I hope you have a wonderful reading week. I hope you have a wonderful week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.